And like shit, like it's hard work, like our life's work. But like what else why are we here then? Like we're here to learn, we're here to evolve, we're here to grow. Hey beautiful, welcome to Naturally Empowered Living, your safe space to guiding you on your unapologetic self-awakening journey. This is your weekly sanctuary for waking up from autopilot and transforming the way you approach life through the power of meditation, energetics, and root cause therapy. It is my mission to help you heal unprocessed emotions and release stuck energies by alchemizing your struggle cycles into opportunities for deep self-love, awareness, trust, and connection, to return to your innate essence of being, stepping back into your energy of alignment. Because here, we honor all parts of ourselves, the messy and the magic, the shadows and the light, embodying all parts that make you, you. So if you are ready to get to the root of cultivating real change, get cozy, grab your journal and maybe favorite crystals, and let's discover our power within together. What is up? Welcome back to another episode of the Naturally Empowered Living podcast. This space for you to just come as you are, to be yourself, to let whatever flow through you, whatever thoughts flow through you as you're listening to these episodes, to take whatever resonates with you and to leave what doesn't. I'm so thankful that you're here. I wasn't really sure where to go with this episode. I mean, I sat down just a couple days before it airs and I'm like, what should we talk about today? Because I have so many ideas written down, like so many topics and things, right? But nothing felt right. Like I wasn't really resonating myself. I wasn't resonating with a specific idea that I already had. So I really wanted to just sit in space, sit and give myself the space to connect with what you need right now, and I said a prayer and I got into, that meditative state. I felt, in that oneness, and I'm like, okay, where do we have to go from here? What can I talk about today that will help these listeners for their maximum benefit, to help them connect to their soul's essence, to bridge that gap to their higher self, to help them take, any ideas or aha moments or anything away from this episode to help them move forward and take that next step forward. So thank you for being here today. We'll see where this episode goes. I had a little ideas, I had a little channeling, and I'm like, okay, let's do this. Because I personally, I'm sure as many of you listeners, I know a lot of listeners to this show are moms. And if you are like me personally, this was the first week back to work, post holidays, back, from winter break with my kids being back in school this week, and from having them home with me, the past couple weeks. And then my son broke his wrist, the last couple days before he went back to school. So it's been just this surge of like, we're already into 2025. What? Like it's been nonstop. So this past week was a big catch-up week. And it was also a week loaded with root cause therapy sessions, because I was like so excited. I'm like, okay, this is my first week back. Yeah, I wanted to do all the catch-up stuff and the organization and planning and, whatever from the past few weeks. And I still, need to do my goal setting. But I also, I'm in the thick of my root cause therapy certification. So I was ready to schedule my practice sessions with people. And I'm going through the certification process for that. And as I was going through these sessions, I had, multiple sessions this week and talked with, additional clients to get started once I am certified. I just know, this is it. I talked to my VA, I don't know how many times. I feel like I'm always repeating myself to you, but this is it. I know this in my soul. This is what I'm meant to be doing to help serve you. This is the answer for so many people, to help them finally break free from their struggle cycles in life. And that might even be too surface level, to help you break free from your anchors holding you down, from your addictions that you can't, you want to break, but you can't quite figure it out. That chocolate cake in the fridge. No, I don't want to be eating that. No, I'm not going to eat the chocolate cake. And then 10 o'clock comes around, your kids are in bed and you're sitting on the couch and you're like, damn it, I'm going to go get some chocolate cake, because it makes you feel good. You're searching, You're grasping for those feelings of feeling good, right? And I'm here to help you like feel good without that substance, without, that habit that you do want to break. Of course, there's habits in life that like you do you always. But when that guilt is attached to something, or you're feeling like, gosh, I really don't want to be doing this anymore. It doesn't serve me, but I don't know how to break it. For people to finally come out of that black hole that they feel so stuck in, or that black tornado that they feel so consumed by. Like people who find themselves stuck in these same addictive patterns. And again, this could be substances or food or shopping or anything that numbs you or distracts you or suppresses what is actually going on. I've been sharing this so often on the show, how awareness and intention are crucial skills to have, to develop in your life if you feel that you aren't aware. And I'm talking like, yeah, okay, spatial awareness, if you're out and about, always be aware of your surroundings. Like that's what we teach our kids, and you, like us too, it's just as important. But I'm also talking about the awareness inside, the awareness of the feelings that you have, of the triggers that you have, of your body sensations. Like everything is trying to communicate with you. And the more that I get into this work, and like the more that I'm like, piecing the puzzles together for me and my life's work, my soul's purpose here in this lifetime, it just keeps getting stronger and stronger. This belief of like awareness and intention, they are like non-negotiable, hands down, one of the biggest skills to develop in your life. You don't need to be buying into the next trend or quick fix or happy pill. But girlfriend, if you pay attention to what is actually going on within your life, inside and outside, this is for anything in life, and intentionally give it space to be, like that's where the magic happens. That's where the change comes. That's where the growth comes. But the majority, we don't want to do the hard. And like shit, like it's hard work, like our life's work. But like what else why are we here then? Like we're here to learn, we're here to evolve, we're here to grow. When we feel so stuck and stagnant, that's because it's like, okay, let's do this. Let's go. Let's sit with our feelings and emotions that you've been suppressing for years. And it is hard work, because if you do come to this space and you are aware and you're like, okay, let's do this work. Like I'm here for it. And you're not taking the substance because you do want to sit with your feelings and actually let them come to surface and be. But just think about this for a second. You may be suppressing or have suppressed these emotions for years. So it feels like you're taking steps backward at first because you're like, whoa, I've not felt this in forever. Like now I'm like lashing out. I'm angry now. I haven't felt this in so long, because in the past you've suppressed that anger by taking that substance or eating that food. So now you're letting things actually come to surface that have been ready to have been processed for years and years. And now you're making that connection, but you feel that you're taking steps backward, or you might feel crazy and you may stop because you're like, whoa, this is worse than, having the drink or eating the cake, but you're not crazy. When I started waking up to life, and I know that sounds kind of like cuckoo, right? I call it, okay, a spiritual awakening, a self-awakening, if you will. Like things started to become so much clearer, but also so much more confusing. Like I opened this can of worms and I was being left with more questions than answers. But I like had this inner knowing of like, it all makes sense at the same time. Even though I felt like I was going crazy, I did. Like I still sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, is that a crazy like belief to have? But like I just feel like this is it, like I've known this for so long, and now it's like, yeah, this is it, So I've been recently making changes to some of the wording and like quote unquote like who I help. Even though I always welcome all, I welcome everyone. But I found that I started praying for people on this brink of their own self-awakening journey to help their energies align, to help be that hand-holding, because you do feel like, am I going crazy? I feel like I'm taking steps backward, even though like I'm feeling this pull. So I've been praying to help, bring that connection. And like, sure as shit, the number of people that I've been connected with recently and worked with recently, they've had the same question. Like, do you know what this is? Or like what I'm going through right now? Because I feel like I'm going crazy. It's like, no, sis, you're just waking up. You're waking up to life. You're waking up to your soul's true essence. Like, you're waking up to you. Like, you're done suppressing. You're done living lives of the shoulds or living by the societal norms, right? Things are clicking. And you're like, I've been doing this for years. This isn't me. It's something like you can't unsee what you've seen, you know? Like, there's no going back. And that's where I come in, because I can help guide you into trusting what's already inside of you. Trusting that that inner voice or that pull that you're feeling, it's not by coincidence. And that maybe have been like a little tangent, right, of where I kind of wanted to go in this episode. But like, it's just a heart to heart, because there's such an energetic shift happening. I truly feel that more and more people are waking up, and it's a beautiful thing to experience. I mean, there are tragedies going on in the world, all over the world right now. That's something that, I mean, we can't put a blind eye to. Wherever you are in the world, I'm praying for you always. And reeling it back into a little bit more of like a tangible science versus the woo, of the spiritual awakenings that, they're so intertwined though, right? They're so intertwined. And something that came to me recently as I was talking to a client of mine, actually, and then my virtual assistant, which it's crazy. Like, I just feel like when you have this inner knowing, and then when you start to have the same conversations, or you hear the same, like, oh, you should check this person out. You're like, oh, I've never heard of her. And then someone else tells you the same person the next day. You're like, whoa, okay. Like, I do need to, check this person out. It's so divine. But personally, like, I'm personally going through, like, I shared a few storms within my own family, my son breaking his wrist, and sickness that just depleted our house and our immune systems, and appliances going out, and leaving standing water in our kitchen through the thick of it all. Like, just life happens. I was talking to a client about, stuff going on in her own life, and it just connected, because the crap that we have going on, and then she's sharing with me, and I'm just like, I swear our life's work is to learn how to stay calm and at peace through the storms of life. And that might sound so cliche, but how true is that? How true is it that the stress, the overwhelm, the anxiety takes front seat versus the calm and the peace when shit hits the fan? And then, after I had that little connection, I kid you not, the same day, maybe the next morning, I forget, but like within like hours, I got an email. And within this email, she shared a quote that said, "The true measure of success is a regulated nervous system." And I was like, no effing way. Like, that was the epiphany moment that I just had. And it was just said in a different way, but I'm like, this is it. And my opinion here is how I view like our nervous system. It's so parallel to our chakra, like energy centers. I've thought that for so long. And that's why I love merging the science with the woo, the woo-woo energy, stuff, because like stress and trauma, they're stored in our body as tension or blockages in our fascia, right? The connective tissue within our bodies. And yeah, this can disrupt the natural flow of energy, whatever you want to call it, chi, prana, chakras, right? And that could lead to physical, emotional imbalances. And here, like, this is science-backed based, like, the fascia is within our body. Like, that is scientifically, physically proven, right? Our nervous system. But then here we are talking about the flow of energy through that. Like, our fascia holds the energy. So when our nervous system is regulated, our body's natural energy pathways are open. Oh, doesn't that kind of sound like our chakras? Like, when our chakras are aligned, that's when energy is flowing. So nervous system regulation equals chakra alignment. And then, the opposite of that, like the dysregulation of the nervous system, can create energetic blocks, limiting the flow. Okay, when our chakras are not aligned, right? That's when we have blockages. And here's another thing too, nervous system regulation raises our vibration when we are, in a regulated state, which aligns our energy and raises our vibration. Oh shit. Okay, so nervous system regulation, chakra alignment, doesn't chakra alignment do the same thing? It raises our vibration, aligning our energy. It's so divine, merging the science with the woo. So here's 5 ways to help regulate your nervous system. If you are that scientific, brain, or if you are that spiritual brain, here's 5 ways to help align your chakras, to come back into energy alignment. Number 1 could be breath work. Deep, intentional breathing. It helps calm the nervous system, open energetic pathways. There's so many different breath work exercises. Go on Google, go on YouTube. Number 2 is instinctive meditation. It helps shift that nervous system back into that parasympathetic state, while helping deepening that connection to yourself, deepening your spiritual awareness, deepening, your inner knowing, just helping you connect back to yourself. Instinctive meditation. This isn't silencing your mind. And, it can be like if you have a goal of like, okay, let's just kind of get into that Zen, Usa state. But instinctive meditation is allowing what is meant to come up and to surface. And that helps your nervous system return to that parasympathetic state. Number 3 is somatic awareness. Noticing your body sensations. Okay, focusing on, that tightness in my chest. Let's give that some space. Let's give that tightness in my chest some space. And this might sound a little cuckoo banana. What did my kids say? Cuckoo banana crazy? Cuckoo banana cakes? I forget. They got it from some movie. But I found myself naturally just saying that. You might find this a little cuckoo or a little woo-woo. But that tightness in my chest, let's give it some space. Why does my chest feel tight? Okay. But you could say high tightness, however you feel comfortable. But noticing body sensations and giving them the space to actually be and surface. It helps release trapped energies stored within your nervous system and energetic fields. And within a few weeks, I'll be certified to teach root cause therapy. Right now, I can't charge for my services right now, going through the practice sessions, but within the next few weeks, root cause therapy is a somatic-based practice. And it does just this. It helps release unprocessed emotions, release stuck energies, to help you naturally, without substances, raise your natural vibration to those feelings of peace and presence and calm and clarity and belief and joy and love and balance. Versus when we are at that baseline of the shame, the guilt, the anger, and then we grab for that substance, or we grab for that cake to kind of feel, happy for that split second or those few minutes. But then we return back down, to that guilt, that shame, the anger, all those lower vibration energies. So let's get to that root to be able to raise that baseline. Number 4 is energy healing. It helps clear blockages caused by, again, a dysregulated nervous system, chakras that are out of alignment. Giving space and giving energy, high vibration energy to these spaces within our bodies. And number 5 is grounding practices. Connecting to the earth physically. You could go outside and walk barefoot. It's winter right now where I am, so I can do that. But you could also, purchase a grounding mat. I do not have one of those. I prefer to actually use earth, but there's grounding mats. This just helps stabilize both, your nervous system activity, your energetic flow, balance, that energy within you. And I'm certified and trained to guide you in all of these if you don't know how or where to turn. So I want to close out with this. When the nervous system is regulated, when you're living in your energy of alignment, it provides this foundation, that baseline of emotional clarity, feeling like you're on a high, but you're completely sober, right? You don't need the substances to feel a certain way. You don't need the cake to feel a certain way. You don't need that shopping addiction anymore, to make you feel good for that short amount of time. And that flow, it creates a ripple effect, allowing you to continue to raise your vibration, to continue to live authentically, to continue to dive into who you are, to bridge that gap to your higher self. and to continue to live with greater peace and presence and confidence and clarity and belief, joy, love, and balance. Like, oh, guys, like, this is it. Like, this is the hidden gem that I want to shout from every rooftop, help every single person on this planet, like heal from past traumas, from unprocessed emotions, to understand how energy works, like just to help it make sense. So thank you so much for being here. There is so much to come soon, and we are just getting started here at Naturally Empowered Living. Thank you. Thank you for being here. If you have not grabbed it yet, go grab my free meditation, Slow Down to Release Stuck Energy. Grab it, the link in the show notes. If you want to write it down, the actual URL is nel.kit.com/body-centered-meditation. It will probably be easier to just copy and paste the link in the show notes and grab it there. But I hope whatever you can take away from this episode, whatever resonated with you, take it. And what didn't, just leave it. But that is your invitation. That is, my encouragement to you. Sending you so much love. Until next week, as always, simply be you. You have everything inside of you to learn your energy of alignment and be unapologetic in who you are. I'm sending my love and so much light.
Did you find this episode free or empowering? Please read my review. Tickle, boop.
Thank you for spending this sacred time with me on Naturally Empowered Living. If this episode brought you closer to stepping into your energy of alignment, I'd love for you to leave a written review and share how this show has supported your journey. Your feedback truly lights me up and helps others find the space of transformation. And sharing it with someone who might need it spreads the ripple of healing even further. Be sure to check the show notes for ways to connect with me and explore personalized healing sessions and mentorships to deepen your self-awakening journey. Thank you. I appreciate all you are and all you do.